I guess I'm going to talk about math this morning. Um, I had a friend who just asked me why he should learn math, and uh, I was like, yeah, at the time, or whatever. You know how you do. You're like, just, yeah, buddy. You what? Why? Math dumb. But I didn't really feel that way, and I was trying to figure out how do I tell him, what math, what the importance of math is, and why we should all learn more of it. Um, So, we talked and had a really good conversation. Really enjoy hanging out, but everybody deserves to know why math is so important. And so this is my attempt to to share some of that with you. Uh, and if you know, that's fine. But so the first thing I want to say is that if you're not good at math, don't worry about it. There are I'm going to say something, and I want you to hear what I'm saying and not what I'm saying. If you're ignorant in math, it is okay. If you're ignorant about anything, it's almost something to be celebrated. It's not bad to be ignorant. And we get this messed up. We're like, we hear like so often we hear the insults of like, you're an idiot, you're stupid, you're whatever. And ignorance is something that I don't think that should ever be used as an insult. That is an awesome thing to be. The thing about being ignorant is when you're ignorant of, eh, let me explain what ignorance is. Ignorant isn't just not being capable, okay? Ignorance simply means that you don't know something. Now, think for a moment to yourself. Do you know everything? If you can say yes, if you know everything that there is to know, then congratulations, you are not ignorant. And I'm going to pause there and let you have your celebration for just a moment. All right. So now that you have celebrated um, the fact that you're not ignorant, I want to burst your bubble. Because when you're ignorant, you don't realize you are ignorant because you don't know that thing that you don't know. So if you think at any moment that you know everything and you're not God, you're wrong. That's that's okay. That's the wonderful thing. That's why I love being ignorant. I haven't learned everything yet. How cool is that? I mean, doesn't that make you excited that there's still more to explore? That no matter how far we have pushed the frontiers, there's still stuff we haven't learned, and so we're ignorant. And that's why, okay, rant over, whatever. I hope that we're all on the same page now about what ignorance is and what it isn't. You don't have to know everything, but any opportunity that you have to go and explore and learn something new and remove, like push the boundaries back just a little bit of your ignorance. Like every day should be that journey. Like we're just gonna go explore a little bit into this world that God created. And we're just gonna push back the borders and do more exploration. And that's what learning is. It's not like you're stupid and you don't know anything and I got to make you smart. Learning's a journey. It's getting to go to these places like you're seeing on the screen right now and explore them in your mind. And math helps a lot as you take all these different footsteps along this journey. And one of the things I love most about math is, get ready for this because in a way it's going to blow your mind. We make a lot of stuff, but think about math. We've never made math. Like God made math and it's just out there. We we done nothing. Like all you can do with math is go explore it. Like we've discovered things in math. We've never, think about that. We have never created a single piece of math, and we can't. Because if we could create math, that would change everything. Like you could go up, it would ruin and destroy everything if we could create math. Like imagine somebody comes up to you and they say, I only have $25, and you say, well, I gave you $101 bills, and they say, well, yeah, but that was yesterday, and yesterday, $101 bills was $100. But today, if you take $101 bills and you add them together, that's only $25, and you scratch your head for a second, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot today is the quarter is $1 day. And how would that mess up everything? So math is like it's the very bottom foundational layer of everything that we do. And it's unchanging. Like you can disagree with math and that's fine, but that's called being incorrect, or making mistakes. So, so it's good that you get on board with math, um, because it's so very foundational that it it cuts out a lot of mistakes and it creates opportunities for you to save yourself time if you understand math. And I'm going to just I guess this is going to be kind of a short one. I'm tired. I woke up at 4 o'clock thinking about this conversation that I had with a friend of mine, and I'm like, I need to put this down in words because I do love math. I think it's pretty cool, and I want to explain it so that I can share that with him. Okay, so okay, let's talk about math. Yeah, because I think there's a lot of obvious things like when you're giving somebody money and like they give you a $20 bill and you're selling them something for $15, and so you have this $20 of value in your hand, and you've handed them something that's $15 of value, and now you've got to make up that difference, and you start counting. You're like, okay, here's $1, and here's $1, and here's $1, and that's like incrementing, where you're just adding one over and over again. So you're saying they've got $15, they've got $16, they've got $16 plus one, $17, they've got $17 plus one, $18. So that's the simplest addition that there is. It's just you're incrementing from one to the next until you get to 20. And that's, obviously that's useful, right? I think we can all agree that it would be pretty bad if you couldn't like increment. And so you go to the store and you buy something and they give you incorrect change. Nobody's going to be happy with that. I don't think. I think everybody understands the value. So that's pretty clear. But I'd like to maybe show just something that is like in art. You might use math as well. Boy, this monitor is a completely different size. Let me see if I can. Uh, it's always something, guys. It's always something. All right. So let's see. I'm just gonna drop this down. I'm doing the best I can. I said I've been awake since 4, thinking about this. So you guys, give me a break. Look, I told you that I'm ignorant. I love being ignorant. That's my excuse for a lot of things. What am I doing? Oh, goodness. I'm not even on the right window. I'm trying to manipulate. So, in case you're wondering why I'm over here like crazy uncle talking, I'm on the other screen trying to adjust it so that you can see this. And I'm in OBS trying to slide my Photoshop layers around. Oh, I'm so tired. I've I've probably gotten about Probably got about 15 hours of sleep in the last 84 hours, or 96 hours. And so I'm a little tired. Okay, so like right now, if you look at the colors here, um, like it kind of tells a story, and your shadows they go into these like blue colors, um and then the light comes out and this like it's kind of yellowish, and let me see if I can't stand working at this level, but okay, let's see, pull up the color picker. So we've got the color wheel. Maybe you're familiar with it, maybe you're not, but we're going to learn some things about it today. So if we start up here, this is, think about this as like if it was a circle. How do I change this? It's been so long. There's a way to change this so that I'm not like normally you can make it a circle over. I don't. I'm boring you right now. Okay. So this is the hue part of the color, and hue ranges from 0 to 360. Okay, so 0, and then you go up, and you get to 360 degrees, and so it's a circle, right? Saturation is a percentage, so it ranges from from 0, which is going to be yeah, 0 will be black, or well, oh God, what is 0? It's not black. It's saturation is how saturated with color your color is. So like see how at 0 we're black and white, and then like up at 100% it's going to get super cartoony, like like this is like um very very vibrant colors, and usually that's maybe a little extreme. Like if you go over here and you just start picking colors, you can see like the saturation usually stays probably lower than you're expecting it to. um so so you've got this mid-range that a lot of times is like pastels and lighter skin colors. And then these up here are really pop, but they're not very natural. They don't show up in nature a whole lot. And then you got down here, you're in grayscale. So it's just black and white colors, gray and black and white colors. Okay, so I think I butchered this concept enough. Let's move on to, well, okay, so usually I work in HSL. This is HSB, so it's going to be inverted, I think. But no, no, it's still okay. I don't know why they call it HSB. HSL, and that's what this is really. So I don't know. Maybe it's brightness, not black. Okay. Let's get back on topic. So this number starts at 0, which is black. And as it goes up, think about putting a light in the room. So that's why I think of L. HSL is for light, not brightness, but they calling it brightness. We'll go with that. But you're putting a light in the room and you're lighting it up, and you can like if you've ever sat outside during the summer sunrise, you can see this happening. It's so beautiful. But um yeah, so you get this number. It's like if you're completely unsaturated and you do this, you're going to end up with, going from black to white. But if you got some saturation here, like let's say 50% maybe. Yeah. No. So now we have this, as the brightness increases, we're getting darker and we're getting lighter in that color. Okay, so let's get back to hue because that's what we were talking about. So we start out at 0, and 0 is red. You can probably tell that because there's a lot of red on your screen right now. But like just with math, we know that we're on a like we know that this is 360 degrees that you've got to work with, right? So if you divide that, because red and yellow. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm tired. So red, green, blue, or cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, whatever. But we know we're at red. So if we go like 360 divided by 3, If we go to 120, I bet we'll end up at right around green. Oh, why did I do this? Yeah, so just mathematically, I didn't have to manipulate the color wheel or anything. I just put a number in, and mathematically, I leapt from red to green. And if I do that again with 240, I'm going to end up like it blue. And there we go. And so that's useful, right? Like if you're trying to figure out, um, I want this painting to look nice, but I need to paint in a shadow. And you know that, like, okay, let's say that we have this yellow wall here, because we'll just do this. Like, okay, I got this yellow wall, and I know I'm going to darken it just a little bit. Okay, so on our light source here, we're shooting out light that is yellow, right? So we got this light down here. Yeah, okay, we got this little light here, and it's just shooting yellow laser beams. Okay, so we come over here and we got our color. Let's say we're going to drop into shadow, and we'll say maybe we're going to drop by, I don't know, we'll go, let's say we're dropping about to there. And and since we're dropping, maybe 10% into shadow, we're not going to be getting as much of these like yellow laser beams. It's just so technical. So what we got to do is we've got to move away from this yellow area, and we're going to be going this way from our shadows. So we're going to be going like we're going to be going away from yellow. So we're going to be moving down a little bit. So we'll probably get just maybe a little bit redder as we go into shadow over here for this wall. And you can see like on the wall here, you can see that like from here to there, it's turning a little bit more red. And it's because there's less of that yellow light and you're kind of moving towards like the bluish shadows. In the sky here, you can see like the really dark parts of the sky are very blue, but then you've got some more reddish stuff in the clouds. And if you think about like the math behind this, that like we see it and we think, oh, well, that looks pretty. But math doesn't care that it looks pretty. Math is just a rule system, and if you know it, that helps you understand why it looks pretty. Because like lights generally are going to be, and I say this generally, you got to look at your light, but like generally lights are going to be yellow, and they're going to cast shadows that are kind of maybe violet or blue. The reason for that is because well, they're shooting yellow light, and so everything around them is going to look more yellow because it's getting hit with this yellow light. There've been some movies that kind of flip this on its script, and they'll have like, well, and you've probably been to places where they have like lights that are, maybe the lights are red, and it's kind of like it has a weird feel to it, but I'm sure you've probably been to like trying to think of where I was when I there was like the red lights, but it always feels like you're in a dangerous place if there's red lights. Anyway, so if the lights are shooting, if the light being emitted is red, then your shadows are going to be green because like okay, we're at 360 here. It's okay. It says 0, but like think it's a circle, right? And circles are 360 degrees. So we're at 360 degrees and we travel over to 180 degrees. If I can get my mouse cursor in there, we go to 180 degrees and that's where we're at. So that's the color of your shadows if your light is red. Um, that just seems so wrong. But the math works, so I'm not going to question it. Um, So this is what you would want to drive toward, like your objects they'll get more of like this reddish color. And then as you tend toward, you know, the shadows, they're going to kind of go towards this. Or they might, come from this side and shadow into like a greenish color and then into blue. So that's one way that math is going to help you, just in art. And then it shows up everywhere. And that's the cool thing about it. Like it's foundational to the design of the universe, and we can't change it. All we can do is discover it, and by discovering it, we get to be make less mistakes. Um, and another thing that I personally, because I'm a Christian, one of the great things that I love about math is I feel like when God ordered everything, when He created all of this, He created math to be immutable, and He is immutable. And so, like, when we learn a little bit more about math and we walk closer into that journey of learning anything, but math being one of those things that we do learn, um, we're kind of learning more um, about who God is. Like we get to experience more of God because we get to see more of His creation. And so that's why I love math, I guess, is I'm just trying to say I love math for the same reasons that I love God. It's just truth and it doesn't change for me, and it tries to warn me about when I'm going to make a mistake or when I'm going to be wrong about something because I'm ignorant and I don't know perfectly what's right or wrong, but I can trust math to show me when I'm maybe doing something wrong, and I can trust God to show me when I may be doing something wrong. And it kind of keeps me out of trouble sometimes. That, not that, not that math is condemning, but it's just a friend, and it wants to tell me when I'm doing something that's going to cause me pain. Like if you were another way, like if you were reloading ammunition and you put in twice as much gunpowder that your gun the barrel of your gun can safely um, like hold the compression on it. That gun's going to blow up and it might kill you. And I guess that's why I love math, is it keeps me from doing things that might kill me or hurt me or even just making mistakes that cause setbacks. Because if I start painting with the wrong color, or if I start, doing some game development and I'm not using, yeah, I'm on the wrong axis when I, do like a rotation. You're not going to have fun playing the game, and I'm going to be angry and think, what the heck did I just do? It's going to just be frustrating. And so, knowing the rules of math, knowing more about it, that's going to make my experience better. And that's why I love math. And I feel the same way about God's word. He put it there. He told us, hey, these are some rules. They'll help you. And he doesn't make us follow them, but if we don't follow them, we get hurt. So anyway, uh, I guess I got a little bit further than I really wanted to in a game dev vlog, but I love you guys. And I was thinking about why I love math, and I just wanted to share that. So I hope you're having an awesome day, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.